Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're taking something you probably do, or, should do, every single day without giving it much thought. Okay, let's dive into this. We're going to completely transform hydration from this mundane daily chore that your doctor is always nagging you about into a legitimate life-enhancing habit that can absolutely upgrade your health, your focus, and your energy.
Here's our roadmap for this explainer. Think of it as a masterclass on how your physical machine actually operates. We'll be hitting 1. The foundation of your body, 2. Supercharging your daily health, 3. The dangers of dehydration, 4. Meeting your daily target, and finally, 5. Winning the hydration game. Let's get right to it.
Section 1. The foundation of your body. Imagine your body as this incredibly complex, high-performance engine that constantly needs its oil checked.
And this brilliantly illustrates just how dependent we really are on fluids. 60%. 60% of your entire body is just water. I mean, it's not just something passing through your system. It literally is you. Every single organ, system, and cell relies heavily on that fluid so it doesn't overheat or break down. If that balance drops, well, your engine's going to start misfiring pretty fast.
But before we get into the deeper biology, let's make sure we're on exactly the same page with our foundational definition. Hydration isn't just, drinking water. Hydration is the crucial act of maintaining an adequate amount of fluids in the body to support your normal physiological functions. We're talking about keeping your digestion moving, your blood circulating, your temperature regulated, and ensuring waste is effectively removed. It's basically the invisible force keeping all the plates spinning.
All right, moving into Section 2. Supercharging your daily health. This is where we move past just surviving and step into actual physical and mental optimization.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how water directly acts as a multi-tool for your everyday frustrations. For digestion, getting enough water is what actually breaks down your food and prevents really uncomfortable issues like constipation. And moving down to brain function, oh man, this is a big one. Even mild dehydration can cause that dreaded afternoon brain fog, fatigue, and total loss of focus. Drinking water literally improves your concentration. As for your skin, staying hydrated keeps it looking healthy and vibrant. And your kidneys. Water is the primary vehicle flushing out waste, which is absolutely essential if you want to avoid incredibly painful issues like kidney stones.
We absolutely cannot talk about supercharging your health without mentioning temperature regulation. Think of your body as having its own built-in biological air conditioning system. It uses water to cool you down through sweating. This is especially critical if you live in, or maybe you're just visiting, really hot climates like Kenya. Without enough water, that internal AC unit completely shuts down, and that leaves you dangerously susceptible to overheating.
Which brings us to Section 3, the dangers of dehydration. Let's see what actually happens when we let our engine run dry.
So what happens when we don't supply the engine with the oil it desperately needs? Well, your body starts firing off warning signals. Usually it begins with just a dry mouth and feeling thirsty. But if you ignore that, things escalate quickly to fatigue, dizziness, and headaches. You might find yourself just staring blankly at your screen with terrible concentration, and in severe cases, this can lead to some really dangerous medical complications. The big takeaway here? Those everyday annoyances, like a random headache or a sudden wave of dizziness, are very often just your body screaming for a glass of water.
But even though we know all this, look at the common mistakes we all still make. How many of us are guilty of waiting until our mouth feels like sandpaper before we finally take a sip? Or replacing water with sugary sodas? Or my personal favorite tragic habit, carrying around one of those massive, fancy water bottles all day as a sort of fitness accessory, only to realize at 5 p.m. you haven't taken a single sip, right? We've all been there. Instead, we really need to build proper habits. We need to be drinking proactively before the thirst hits, actively choosing water over sugar, and making sure we hydrate while we exercise.
Let's move into Section 4, meeting your daily target. We know the problem, so let's outline exactly how to fix it.
So, the crucial point is the target, 2 to 3 liters. For your average adult, this is the daily baseline you have to hit to keep that biological engine running optimally. To put that into perspective for a second, we're talking about roughly 8 to 10 standard glasses of water every single day.
Of course, that baseline isn't completely rigid. It shifts depending on who you are and what you're up to. Kids, naturally, need a bit less, around 1 to 2 liters depending on their age. Adults hit that 2 to 3 liter sweet spot. But notice what happens when your circumstances change. If you're exercising, fighting off an illness, or stuck in really hot weather, your needs shoot way up. You're burning through your fluid reserves a lot faster, and you absolutely have to compensate for that.
Now for some good news. You don't have to get every single drop of those liters strictly from a drinking glass. Yes, pure drinking water is absolutely the best, undisputed option, but you can totally supplement your intake with food. Water-rich fruits like watermelon and oranges, veggies like cucumber, and even things like milk and soups, they all contribute to your daily hydration goal. Basically, you can actually eat part of your daily water requirement, which is pretty awesome.
All right, bringing it all together with Section 5, winning the hydration game. Let's look at some highly practical steps for your everyday life.
Let's move to and see how this builds into a foolproof daily routine that you can actually stick to. Step 1. Start your day right by drinking a big glass of water first thing in the morning to literally wake your system up. Step 2. Carry a water bottle everywhere. Seriously, make it a physical extension of your arm. Step 3. If you get easily distracted, which most of us do, just set reminders on your phone to drink. Step 4. Sneak those water-rich foods we just talked about into your meals. And Step 5, this is the fun one, use your body's built-in diagnostic tool. Monitor your urine color. If it's a nice, pale, light yellow, congratulations, you're officially well hydrated. Hydration is, without a doubt, one of the simplest, yet absolute most powerful habits you can build to support your overall health. I mean, it improves your physical endurance, it clears your mind, and it prevents a whole cascade of totally avoidable health issues down the line. So, I want to leave you with this final thought to ponder as we wrap up this explainer. Your body is an incredible engine running on water. So, are you giving it the fuel it needs today? Go grab a glass of water and start prioritizing your health.